Hello followers and welcome back to Vanilla Gogurt, and in today's episode we're going to be continuing working on the house. And as you can see, I got rid of the ugly ceiling problem. I went on another quartz mission, just come back off the quartz mission actually, and I've hooked that stuff up and that's all finished. So the only things left to deal with now are the legs here, and then after that we need to start work on the interior a little more than what we have now. I want to integrate a better place for storage and crafting and all that sort of stuff before we think about moving out into a new part of the world and doing everything else that we want to do. So without further ado, I think that we should just get our equipment together and get started. Now, I'm not feeling too good today, I have to say, but I'm going to try and do this episode. But if I suddenly cut out, it's because I don't feel well enough to continue. But hopefully I will, and I'll maybe pick up as the episode goes along. But I am feeling a little tired at the moment. I don't know why, but hey, these things happen. So I'm just going to have to try and make the best of it today. So here we are. Let's put our netherrack away. I have a lot of netherrack now. Do I have a place for soul sand? String belongs in there, as does brown mushrooms. Don't really have a place for soul sand. Not in there. Nor in here, or in there. Well, okay then. I'll just put it in here for the time being, and I'm going to want some spruce planks. I've got the lapis blocks that I want, and I think that that is going to be everything. Although some dirt may be handy. Dirt is always handy to have. There we are. Let me grab some dirt now. And it's raining outside as per usual. I'm the only one online at the moment, so we're just gonna, I guess, carry on with this and work on it for a while. So the first thing I really want to do is I'm going to replace these pillars here with lapis. Is there an enderman under there? So lapis is going to form the sort of pillar. That's the look I really want to go for, but that's not where I want to have the pillar. The reason for that is because I'm going to be adding some decorative things onto it with quartz, using the stairs and whatnot. So we actually want the pillar to be one in. We want the pillar to be right there. And the same thing on the back here too. We want the pillar to be one in again. There we are. Let me just take this down. And we'll get some quartz back out of the deal too, which is always good. Let me see. We want a pillar up right here. There we are. Excellent. So now we've got the two lapis parts done. I'm going to need to make some quartz steps. And slabs. Do I not have any slabs left? No, I don't, do I? Oh, I have steps. That's good to know. I'll pick up that. I'm going to need some more steps, though. We're going to need... Actually, we might not. Not for at least one pillar, anyway. But I am going to make my slabs now, too. I'm going to make some slabs. And I'm also going to make some of these chiseled blocks, because I want to use those in my design as well. Stairs, chiseled quartz, and I think that's going to be everything for now. So let's see. First things first, I want to put steps like this around the edge, like so. That doesn't look too bad. I quite like that. And now down at the bottom, we're going to do a somewhat similar thing, but we're going to put no, not like that. We want to do something that's kind of into the ground, like this. I want to put my chiseled quartz like that, and then I'm going to put my steps upside down, like this. And it gives it like that firm footing type look, I think. And it may mean that I'm going to have to re-landscape a little bit here. Do I have a shovel on me? I bet you there's one upstairs in my chest. If not, we can make one. It's not too hard. Darn door bug. I hope that gets fixed. Let me see. No shovel. Wow, I don't actually have a shovel, but we can make one. I have any cobble on me? Yes, there we are. Just make a stone shovel for now. For whatever reason I don't have an iron one to hand. I think it broke actually. I haven't really done too much off camera, so... And it's been a couple of days while I've been getting the new PC set up, so... I'm not entirely sure at what stage I was actually at. There we go. I'm just going to dig this out a little bit. We want to put our final chiseled quartz there. Then these two here, and the stair facing upside down, not that way. Let me just stand here, like that. So there's that. May have to do a little bit of terrain redesign here, but that's fine. There we are. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other pillar as well. Put some dirt in here. There we are. And obviously grass will regrow and spread over time, so it'll look a little better then. It's hard to judge at the moment until it's back in its full natural state. So, over here again, we're going to need our 4 steps, which are going to sit at the top. Oops. Not like that, though. Like that. Like that. And this one's going to be kind of tricky. I'll just pillar up. Now, I can't do the other two because there are not actually pillars. That's actually level with the ground, so it's only going to be these two that we're actually going to do. Which I'm kind of thankful for, because that would be a lot more quartz that I would need. I've also started to half slab this, so I'll probably finish that today as well. Just get rid of those torches up there. So now then, let me see. We want some more of those to make some more of these, and then this, and also that. So now we have got all the equipment that we need to finish up that pillar. Then we'll probably jump in the bed and pass the night and get rid of this rain. So we'll just head back down here again. We want our chiseled around each side. And I do have my shovel still. Should really use that. There we go. And we get all of our slabs in there. And our 4 steps, like so. There we are. And they are the pillars. Now this looks a little odd right here. We may have to... There, that looks better. Don't want any of that sort of showing, because it kind of... It doesn't look as firm, I don't think, that way. I think it looks a bit loose. So if we can avoid that, that's pretty good. Yeah. And they are aligned, so that's good. And oh, that stair didn't turn out right, did it? Let's fix that. There we go. So there is the 2 pillars for the home here. Let's just stand back and take a look. Not bad. Again, it'll look better with the grass grown. We may still need to do something with this right here. It kind of looks a bit bland, so we may have to decorate this out a little more. We may get funky and put some quartz slabs wrapping around it or something like that maybe, just to kind of give it a better look. But for right now, I think that that's going to do the job. It's better than what we had. And I've got some quartz left too, so we don't have to worry too much there. There we go. So for now, what I want to work on is... Have I renamed that yet? I have. Good. So we can use this, unless I have another axe lying around that I could use. I want to get into that. I really want to save that for when I'm actually doing wood cutting, because I still have that deal on with Red at the moment to give him the wood, so I would rather save that axe for that. But we do have... I want you. We do have this axe, the good old-fashioned wooden axe. I might even try and repair it. It's not a bad axe, actually. It lasts a pretty long time, too. think it'll last about the same as an unenchanted iron axe, I think, by the time it's done, with Unbreaking 3 on it. So we want this to be a little bit away, of course, from the main sort of area. And what we're doing here is we're going to dig a sort of step down into the earth to make our crafting room and put a place for all our furnaces and whatnot. So now we're actually... Ooh, what's down here? Oh, this is the mine. Ah. Thought we had more room than that, but obviously not. So we're going to have to turn nearby. It makes me tempted to try and make a ladder well instead of a stairwell, but I don't know how much better that would be. Well, we can always try, can't we? Let me see. So we don't want this here. We just want that. And let's try and go down straight from here. See what we can do. There's a lot of noise down here. Well, if we were going to build a ladder well from under the floor, then the roof is going to be right here. Obviously, we're going to use a quartz roof to try and save on resources a little bit. Right, that's the outside world, so we're going to close that off for the time being. And my aim here is just to try and carve out the interior of this little hill to try and get a proper room going down here. Let me see, let's get rid of this dirt. And break this open. And hopefully there will be enough room down here to accommodate my crafting needs, my furnace needs, my storage. Right, that's the edge right there. So now we're going to sort of carve our way in like this. And obviously we've got so far other ways that we can go back. Oh, that's there. Interesting. Well, let's put that back. So we're going to have to go one layer over the quartz then for the lamps to cater for that. But that's still a good height. Now I believe that it permanently goes up higher this way. So if we use this direction, then we're going to have plenty of room. And for down here, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to go with yet. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be a stone brick and pine combo. But down here, I'm not going to make it all out of quartz because that would just be way too much more quartz. Okay, so that looks fine for right now. See how far we can go this way. There we are. And what level are we at on the Y coordinates? Still a way above the terrain height, which is 64, because I've agreed a deal with Red that he can use the underground part of my plot for a mob trap, but at the same time I don't want to invade that with my stuff, because I'm mainly using the above ground area. Okay, so we've got most things that I want down here. We're going to have enough room anyway. So I think the first thing I want to do is get a hold of some ladders to build a proper ladder well down here. There we are. Now where's this dirt? It's this one, isn't it, right? Yep. And I'm going to put my wooden planks back as well, so we can hide that. And right here is going to have to be a quartz block so that it matches the main room. There we are, let's go down to the bottom, and I've got 6 ladders. Is that going to be enough? Oh, just. We're going to need to make one more, but I can get out at the moment. So that's good news. I'm going to work on this a little bit right here. I'm just going to gut this out and put some pine in the floor. There we go. And I'm going to put that down. Really like the way that pine wood looks, particularly for things like floors. There we go. Got some nice pine wood going on. Now here I'm tempted to make like a little window, if we can. Wonder if I've got any glass. I may have some left. I have some glass panes. We could try glass panes. Do I have any glass blocks? They may look better for that. I'm going to try and see if we have any. If not, we can go with the panes and see what they look like. Anything in here? No. There? No. Then no, I won't have any. So we're going to try it with the panes, see what it looks like. If it doesn't work, then we could always put the dirt back. But it may be nice just to have a little window in there. Has my shovel broke? It must have. I'm going to make a new one then. Oops, we don't want to make a wooden shovel. Stone shovel, and back down the ladder. And I forgot the panes. We need these. Glass panes, there we go. And back down the ladder again. There we are. What even is this? Oh, okay, well, turns out we weren't as far away as I thought. Now I don't want to put cobble back there, I want to put dirt. So there's this, but now then, here I want to put my little window. There we are, we'll put a piece of dirt there. It's all about trying to just shape the environment a little bit. There we are. There we go. And what about out here? Is there anything really out here? Oh, there's a load of dirt there. We're going to leave that alone. We've got a nice little skylight window type thing going on now. What about over here? Oh, over here would be good too if we can. Gonna have to do that though. And I'll fix that when I go back upstairs. But there, that doesn't look too bad. I've got now like a nice little window effect going on. Just gives the room a bit more light than it normally would have. I do like to try and get some natural daylight into the room if I can. Let's get some more pine in here. Let's pick that up. So we've got the basics of something going on here. Now again, I'm going to need some stone bricks, and I know exactly where to get some stone bricks that people don't want anymore, and that is the community chests. So I'm going to run over there. I don't have any in here, but there are some in the community chests at spawn, so we can use those and get something out of it, because they don't get used too often. I'm looking for ender pearls. Do I have any ender pearls left? Am I totally out of pearls? Huh. Must be. Gonna have to make a trip to the ender then. Nothing in my ender chest. Well, looks like it's the walk then. I thought I might be able to save a bit of time and ender pearl there, but clearly not. So, let me see. It's not too far though. Then again, I probably should leave ender pearling alone, because I usually get trapped in here in Red's blast mine, and I've even died in there once and lost all my stuff, so it's not a pleasant feeling when you die due to stuff despawning after you've ender pearled into the wrong place. So I think I should leave that option for right now. Here we are, back down here, and we're at spawn already. Well, this will give me an opportunity to show off a prank that Red pulled on everyone, and this is the Nether Portal Ice thing by Vanilla Gogurt, Department of Artistic Endeavours and Otherwise. Sponsored by Met Art, Picanto, 2Chick for You. They might be somebody who watches the video. And then there was a sign up here. There are no Easter eggs up there. So this was created by Red. Initially, this was filled in, but now we have access to the Nether again, which is really, really handy. But there's that. In addition to this thing. There we are. Got some stone bricks in here. Ooh, and a crafting table. Saves me making my own. I must sound so horrible. Never mind. When I get to my own base, I probably won't be relying on those chests so much anymore. I'll start putting things back in there for people. I have plenty of cobblestone, so I'll probably donate some cobblestone back for new people. My home looks pretty good from this angle, I have to say. Now that it looks complete, it looks pretty nice. I just hope that Eduardo's tree doesn't completely make it all hidden. So much of it is hidden by the cave in a box already, which is doing its job just well. Back here, I really like this wall. This has turned out a lot better than I thought. Here we are. Back home again. So in we go. Got some stone bricks now. And we can start and dig this out and get our stone bricks in here. And same thing for this wall, but this wall I'm going to try and leave room maybe for some crafting tables and whatnot. And that will sort of answer our crafting problems. I'll probably put a lamp in there eventually. That crafting table I did pick up, I'm going to put in here right now. There we go. I'll get my stone bricks back out. Dig all of this out. And I don't need the glass panes anymore, but I do want dirt. So we're going to do this and finish this wall up. There we are. And I'm going to put that back. And I may go with something different for the ceiling design. But I don't know what I'm going to do entirely with that yet. So we're going to leave that alone for right now and just focus on the walls. And I'm thinking over here I would really like my furnaces. So actually I don't need to dig that out if I'm going to put furnaces in here. But I am going to have to dig you out. And all of this. How many furnaces does this give me room for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I would like maybe 8. 8 furnaces will be a good amount to have. So let's make 8 furnaces. And put them in there. And as for this, again, I'm not 100% sure about what I'm going to do with that. And the way I've got the windows set up right now, I don't know whether to knock that out. Well, there is grass in front of it, so I guess we could do that. Just makes it look a little neater, I think. Yeah. Same thing for here too. There we are. So we've got that going on. Now, I have some cobble on me, and I think 1 stack will be enough to make 8 furnaces. Perfect. So, there we are. That's that done. This is only a very, very basic room. I'm not really putting too much detail into it because the detail is up there. This is going to be just a basic place where I can cook and do whatever it is that I need to do. I'm probably going to spend a lot more time on my main base, which we'll start work on soon, down the nether tunnel. This is just designed to kind of be almost like a getting started home, really. So let me see. We're going to put that in there. And that kind of finishes off the furnaces. And I'm going to need to make up some redstone lamps as well. But again, that's going to happen in time. See if I can get... now this is going to be kind of tricky. There we are. And I want to do the same thing over in that corner. There we are. So now we've got a nice sort of viewing window out. Just to let in some light. It's like a little basement window. And I have plenty of pine wood, so I'm going to go ahead and make my other 2 crafting tables here. Get those in. And this ladder, well, I'm going to leave cobblestone right now, but I may change that up into stone bricks. So that just leaves the roof, which we need to think about, and putting my chests in somewhere, probably getting an anvil going, those types of things. So we're going to have to find room for that. Now, I don't need a huge storage room, but I do want one that's going to be useful to me. So I'm thinking that if we've got room this way, we would be best off making our storage room down here with the anvil as well. The enchantment table, I'm doing all my enchanting at the ender now, pretty much. And there's one at spawn as well, so there's no point me bringing one of those down here. I do need to find room for brewing. That's probably what we'll do next episode. We'll go on an adventure and find another fortress and do that stuff and get myself access to brewing and potions. So we're going to need to leave some room for that. I'm just going to knock these out. I do have another stack of stone bricks, I think, on top of the two I already have got in my inventory. Well, it's just one now, but I think I've got more room. Okay, so I'm going to need another shovel. But I do have plenty of wood on me, so we can make some more. Very soon I'm going to make myself a full complement of diamond tools, just because I'm really burning through things like stone now. And it's just not cutting it anymore, so I think we would be better off going with something a little more durable. So I'm going to, I think, use pine in the floor here. And I'm going to do a similar storage room design to what I have on my LP world, but I'm not going to integrate the redstone into it, I don't think. So we would need that. Now, I don't know if I would get away with being able to put slabs up there, or glowstone. We could put glowstone up there to give it a sort of nice light to it. Now the back's going to have to come out like this, and then oh well, we could do slabs, but I'm tempted to, yeah, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make myself some stone brick slabs, and then I'm going to put a piece of glowstone, I think, in the front. That's going to give me access to 4 double chests worth of stuff. So that should give me plenty of room. Now I have plenty of cobblestone from my mine, so I'm not going to be worried about running out of stone bricks for this build. I'm thinking that in the front here we need to have some glowstone for sort of like a nice lighting effect. For the roof, I'm actually thinking of going with maybe oak. Maybe that would look pretty cool, maybe an oak wood roof. Although, is it gonna... I don't think it would look that weird, despite having a pine floor. We could do a pine roof, that's an option. Yeah, I think pine would look better than oak in this situation. So upstairs I have some glowstone, so let's grab some of that, wherever glowstone happens to be. And I'm also going to fetch some wood as well for chests, glowstone. And let me head out here and grab some wood. And then once I've done that, I'm probably going to work on this off camera for a little bit and then bring you back in with a finished product. And we'll probably round the episode off at that point. Let's see, none in here. I have a ton of jungle wood. I don't really have much of a plan to use that, so let's grab some of that. And then hopefully we can empty Fret's cabin and we can move it out of the way of that wall. So let's see here. I'm going to head back down my ladder well. That's going to be one other thing that I am going to work on. So glowstone in there. And we want to make a good amount of chests. So there, 16, that's going to give me enough for two rows of shelving at the moment. How's that look? That looks pretty good, I have to say, and obviously we've got access now to everything that we need. I do have some leather, so I can make up some item frames, and get those in there as well, and then I can start and integrate my items in there. So that's what I think I'm going to do for a while, guys. I'm going to work on this off camera for a little bit, and then I'll bring you back when I've made a bit more progress with it. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so I've been working on this for just a little while now, and I have finished it, pretty much. There's a couple of torches that need to go, and I'm going to make up some redstone lamps, but on the whole, work is done. As you can see, there is a bunch of chests in here now. For each item, we have cobble, wood, coal. Well, this is just ores and minerals, nether-based stuff, redstone, miscellaneous, tools and enchanting stuff, potion brewing, wheat, which is food, travel, plant life stuff, mob drops, uncommon blocks, sand, sandstone, bricks, clay, those types of blocks, and dirt, gravel and grass. So stone bricks will also belong in here, so we can put those away now too. So all that it's missing now is a place for brewing, which we will need to think about, and an anvil, and that is it. Now this is the very edge of my plot, so I can't go beyond that. I'm thinking that the anvil we could work in somewhere in this area, perhaps on this wall right here. We could have the anvil, is what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and make an anvil. We need 4 blocks because we're going to need just to get some iron. So let's go ahead and make the anvil and get that down. There we go. So that's the anvil made. Now then, where do I want to put my... there we are. I'm still getting used to the storage room. Not 100% used to it yet, but we're getting there. And it also needs some lamps and whatnot in it yet, but that will all come in due course. For right now, I just wanted to get the main structural work done. And I need to put in some lamps off camera, but I'll do that. So, oops. That is all of my items. I have managed to sort all of the items out. So, Fret's cabin is now empty, and it looks very weird empty, I have to say. I've completely stripped everything out of it. There is nothing left inside now. Just thought we'd take one final look at it before I move it. As you can see, it looks so weird now it's empty. It's not in many games though that you can just move your house as easily as what you can in this one. But all I'm going to do with Fret's cabin is I'm just going to move it off this wall so that the windows serve more of a purpose. It's still going to be here. I couldn't tear it down. It served me so well, so it's just going to get moved. But this will be my main base for right now, at least. There's a couple of things that I still need to do on the plot, of course. There is moving Fret's cabin, getting a pathway worked out to get to here, to the cabin. And we also need to start thinking about decorating out the plot a little more and getting some basic farms going and whatnot. Although we have a public farm, so I don't know whether I would really want to spend too much time on that. But at least decorating out the plot and making it seem more finished. We've got this roof to finish, which I'm going to do off camera. It's probably the very next thing I'm going to do. I don't know what that is. I think it's part of a prank, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. So I'm going to leave that alone for right now. But that is kind of the work left to do, really, is just tidy up the plot. I probably want to get some lamps and whatnot going in here to replace all of these torches. And I just want to kind of tidy things up and make them look a little nicer. So if you have any suggestions as regards things to do with the house or things that I've missed, then please let me know in the comments. That will be really helpful. But I think next episode we're going to go on a fortress hunting trip, and we're going to get some blaze rods and whatnot for the brewing that we need for the house now. That's the next sort of target. We also need to find a place for the bed. I don't really have a place for this yet. I don't know whether to leave it up there or put it down here. I don't really want to put it there because it's right in the middle of everything. Maybe there in the corner. We're going to have the bed. So we'll have the bed now. There we go. So we can just pass the night there. And I'm also going to work on just adding a couple of little lamps and whatnot. I also need to finish that ladder. But in here everything's empty now apart from obviously this chest here which has the music disc in it. And we still need to work a little bit on this. I said I was going to do and things have just happened and I haven't got around to doing that yet. But I will also probably work on that off camera as well. So there's a lot for me to do off camera and get done, but the plot is definitely nearing completion now. There's not too much more I need to do really. I also need to tidy up a little bit under here, just to kind of hide all of this stone brick and whatnot, but that's quite an easy task. So I'm just going to do those couple of things off camera, and as I say, next episode I will probably do a quick tour at the start of the video of everything that I have done off camera, and then we will head out to the Nether Fortress and get access to the brewing stuff. And after that, I'm not really 100% sure what we're going to be doing, because I'm kind of holding out for the snapshots to become more stable. The first one is out, 36B, but we haven't upgraded yet, and we're not going to move out to new areas and new chunks until we are 100% sure Mojang are done with the terrain generation. So it may just be a case of just tidying up the plot and doing little bits and pieces, perhaps going caving and whatnot, just until the snapshots can stable out, and then we will think about moving to somewhere of our own in the world, which will be really fantastic, because we're not limited then by what we have here, because here we are limited to a 50 by 50 area. When I have my own area, I've got thousands of blocks to play with, because I'm going to move far, far away. I'm going to move an incredible distance away from everybody else. It's going to be brand new terrain, probably maybe a good 5,000-6,000 blocks away from everyone else, I think, so that we aren't really interrupting anyone else. That's the problem. That this doesn't have too much of a problem, but you're always worried that you're going to go into someone else's area, and then you don't really want to do that. But overall, we've been pretty lucky that I've had more than enough room so far to get the things I want to do done. And also, we are going to build this community nether wart farm. That is on the agenda of things to do, which is one of the reasons we need to get to a nether fortress as well, to get a hold of some nether wart. I have soul sand, but I may need some more soul sand. So that's kind of the plan for the next couple of episodes, just kind of wrapping up the plot and getting a couple of little bits and pieces done. The majority of the work here is now done with the house. Really happy with how it turned out. I like the modern style home that I have now, and it looks great from afar as well. All the items have been moved in. I may experiment a little more with this. It looks a little weak, doesn't it? I may add some slabs into the corners of the quartz like so, but there we are. That's going to be it, though, I think, from me today, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next episode. So until then, see you later, and have a good day.